everybody. It's Talea.
And Mac.
And this is The Parried Life. This is our second episode. And this episode we'll be talking about our wedding day. And I guess what led to our wedding day. Mishaps, highlights, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, we're just going to give our two different sides of, what we experienced during that day. Because, during anybody's, the day of the wedding, it's a whirlwind. You have a million things going through your mind. And you just want to get there and, in one piece and do what you set out to. And that's make
in one piece, you act like it's a whole war out here.
Make it a long-term commitment, before God and, friends and family and everyone else. So everybody has a different perspective. That's what we're here to talk about today. And to kick us off, I'm just going to go ahead and let my wife, give her side of things. Because, if you guys watched last week, she had a lot to say about this whole gum chewing.
I didn't have a lot to say. It was a small statement.
But still, I'm going to go ahead and let her give her side of, the day, and then, I'll continue after. So with that being said, go ahead and start.
Thanks, boo.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so we got married on September 2nd, 2017, and
one of the best days of our lives. I'm speaking for her too.
What? Anyways, so we just celebrated our 3-year wedding anniversary. Yay! Anyways, so we got married in Ohio, where my husband was born and raised, and
Dayton.
And actually before our wedding, we did suffer like a couple of mishaps. And I think that's mostly, I don't know, like that was the biggest thing that happened. So in August, my husband's rust bucket, broke down. So we were on the way to CarMax because we knew that it was time for him to get a new car. And we were literally on the way there and his brake line went out. Like, we almost died, y'all. So we just coasted on into CarMax, living on a prayer. And actually before that, in April, I had picked out a wedding dress from a bridal boutique that was right across the street from CarMax. And my mom, my grandmother, my aunt, and my little cousin, they were all there as I picked out this beautiful dress. My jewelry, everything was perfect. My mother had made a down payment. Everything was a go. They were, going to ship it. But then in August, the same day that my husband's car broke down, I get a text message from my best friend with a screenshot of the bridal place that I actually got my dress from, saying, have you seen this? You might want to, call them or get down there or whatever, or have you even received your dress? And I look at it and the place is actually they're closing. They filed for bankruptcy, and that was that. And I literally panicked. Thank God we were right across the street. So I left my husband at CarMax because at that point we had already signed off on the paperwork.
Yeah.
We took a picture in front of the car with a bow and everything. We were done. There was no need for me to stay there, and I rolled out. And so I get to the bridal shop in 30 seconds, it felt like, and the doors were closed, and the camera crew from the news was out there, and it was just kind of chaotic. But they were letting people in who had already purchased dresses, were waiting on orders or were there to pick up or whatever. So that was great because I was able to get in. But then they told me like, oh, your dress was actually being shipped to you, but we're being told that shipping, has stopped. So like they stopped all processing, like a straight up halt, like shut down. And so at this point, I'm like, my wedding is in a month. I don't have a dress. I don't have a veil. There's no alterations because I don't even have a dress. Like, I had nothing. And I was in panic mode. Like, I literally was stood in the middle of the store and I was just crying, y'all. Like, I literally stood in the middle of the store and was like, I can't believe this is happening to me. Like, that day, basura, I was trash. Like, it was terrible. But the lovely ladies there actually gave me the sample dress that I had tried on, which was in perfect condition. I can't remember if they gave me the veil that I was looking at, because they have brought me some different veils that could go with the dress that they had on hand. And I think that I had just chalked it up to, oh, well, I'll just, go buy, a different veil from somewhere else. And they gave me the back jewelry for my dress because my dress was completely backless. And so that was that. I was, and I was on my way. And then it was like maybe like a week or so later in the mail, I received the back jewelry and I received my veil. So I was really happy about that because it was really hard trying to find what I was looking for to go with this dress. Because it wasn't a dress that you could just slap any type of veil on. And at that point, I had everything that I needed. I found a local seamstress. And she made magic happen, and it was everything was just perfect. And the best part about it, was that at that point, I actually didn't, my mom did not spend a fortune on my gown, because her thing is when I got married, she wanted to buy me my dream dress, so I'm so glad that we didn't have to break the bank in order for that to happen, but what I will say is that in that whole experience, it was very unfortunate that things happened for this company the way that they did, because a lot of people literally went into work that day and everybody just was like, boom, you're no longer employed, like we're going bankrupt.
I couldn't imagine that.
Yeah, it was terrible. Like the women there, they were just like heartbroken, and some of the women there were actually just crying, and they were crying while helping the customers get what they needed, and and stuff like that. So hats off to them. I really appreciated the amazing customer service that they were still even able to provide while knowing that they were not going to get a paycheck. So that was something that kind of just really sucked. Again, but I was blessed, and a lot of women, I'm pretty sure, were blessed that in the midst of that, they were still able to get, either what they paid for or something equivalent, or, whatever. But that honestly was like the biggest mishap before our wedding day. So I don't know. And then that's just from my perspective. So I'm not really sure what went down for you on your end. Oh, but we did reconvene after I left him at the CarMax. But
I had the car. I was good, at that point. Definitely a lot of thoughts going through both of our minds at the time. Nobody ever wants to be put in a position where, they start to get a dress and, something tragic and unfortunate happens, the entire store closing down. So I couldn't imagine, going through that on my end. But I had the car. I was pretty excited about that. So I was on top.
So you felt like, ooh, I got a car. I hope my wife alright though.
Pretty much. I'm just kidding. No, but I was definitely worried that she might not be able to get the dress of her dreams, and that
or a dress period.
yeah, I guess that's that's a good point. I
Cause
couldn't
I was
imagine.
gonna show up to the wedding in some sweats.
Yeah, I know. But it really wouldn't have mattered to me what we got married in, because I was there to get married either way. I would have married her with the trash bag on. So that's all I can say in regards to that specific matter. We're talking about just pure terms of how the actual day went. I mean, there's just so much to discuss, from both ends.
I think the day was great.
Yeah, I mean, it was a beautiful day, but my wife didn't tell you exactly, what she experienced during, that
I mean,
on the day of the
I
wedding.
didn't experience much, y'all. All right, I'm just gonna be real. I had a full blown breakdown, okay, because I could not find my birth control pills, okay.
Sorry, family.
and I'm like, I need to find these pills. Like, it got to the point, y'all, that my husband and my brother-in-law were looking through my apartment for my pills.
That's love. Right
That's
there.
love. Shout out to you, Kevin. You a real one. And so, but that was like the only thing that happened. I think other than that, we were really just kind of like concerned about the weather because, I mean, we were having an outdoor wedding. Like, so it was, I mean, it's only, natural that you're going to worry about, is it going to rain like the whole time? Like, is it going to be slippery out there? Like, it was like for a couple of, moments they were like, I don't know, like we need a backup plan, but it ended up misting like right before we got married, and then after that it stopped and it was an overcast.
Yeah.
But it was perfect.
We also had a tent.
Mm-hmm.
So, it wasn't a serious concern whether or not we would still be able to proceed, like we had, but the weather definitely threw a wrench into it. Anybody's going to be, a little bit worried anytime you're talking about having an outdoor wedding and, any type of bad weather is involved. But it was just a beautiful time, beautiful day, lots of family and friends around. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm just a low-key person. I could have got married just me and my wife and, parents and siblings. But, the setup, the makeup, the way it turned out was just absolutely amazing. So, it's a day that I could relive over and over again. Nobody should ever look back to their wedding and, for good times. Hopefully, it never gets that bad for anybody who, gets married, because you're going to have good times and bad times. But it's important for your wedding day to be everything you want it to be because, it's your wedding day.
I feel like our wedding was everything and then some, you know what I mean?
Of course.
It was very simple. We did not invite a lot of people. We kind of kept it intimate, and I think because we kept it intimate, it wasn't stressful. Like, we had a beautiful simple cake. We had a candy bar, there was we had a cash bar. We had excellent food. Like, we had the best photographer in the world. A really great friend of mine was my makeup artist because I really don't trust anybody else. I did my own hair for my wedding. I did my bridesmaid's hair, as well. Like, it was just really chill. We really enjoyed hanging out and spending time with, like, friends and family. And that was like the best part. Like, we literally made like a full-blown weekend out of it, especially because it was Labor Day weekend. So it was just really easy to do that at the time. But it was, it was perfect, honestly.
Yeah. Tell everybody about how you felt getting married, though. Like, how did you feel when you were walking up? How did you feel
my
as
gosh,
you were getting
when
dressed?
I was walking, okay, so I got dressed And I was like, oh man, like I'm getting married, like, you know. But then like after I was like in my full bridal attire and they were like, oh, look in the mirror. I looked in the mirror and I started like getting teary eyes, like, and I started to cry a little bit. Like once I saw myself, it became real. Once I got to the point where I was walking down the aisle, I just lost it. Like I was literally bawling, and I had my grandfather walk me down the aisle, and the whole time he's just telling me, just breathe, you're gonna be all right, you know, and just telling me that he loved me and everything like that. And then I saw my aunt, who was my matron of honor, and she looked like she was about to ugly cry, and I was like, and she started to ugly cry a little bit, and so I just kept on crying, y'all. I just kept on crying because it was very emotional. And then on top of that, the song that I came down the aisle to was "Blessed" by Daniel Caesar, and that didn't help at all. If you've ever listened to that song, you know why. Like,
yeah.
Oh, it was hard. And then again, you know, I get to the altar, I'm bawling my eyes out, looking like a fool, and he up there just chilling.
I was not just
chilling with his gum.
I was holding back tears.
Yeah, okay.
I did my best. You know, I knew my wife would be, you know, she would feel some kind of way about it, but I guess I just, you know, soldiered on and still tried not to. You know, I just want to know though, what was going through your head the exact moment?
I was thinking like
the officiator, you know, he made it real. You know, he asked for the I do's and the vows and whatnot. You know, what was going through your mind as we were both getting ready to make that?
Well, the first thing that was going through my mind was, man, I wrote these vows out and I didn't even read it.
Oh my gosh.
So I just had to spit from the top of the dome. You know, but I was just happy. Like I was just happy. I don't think I had any thoughts going through my mind at that, you know, at that moment, at all. I mean, what was going through your mind? That's what I want to know. Since you ain't shed not a tear.
I will definitely get to that, but I'm just trying to get inside your mind and your head to know what went on.
Acting like you
know. So I just wanted to see from your point of view how the day went, because I don't know if we've ever actually sat down and really talked about, you know, how we exactly felt during that day. You know, we didn't really debrief about, you know, how each other was feeling. So.
Yeah, we didn't debrief because y'all partied hard. I did.
You?
I partied, yes. I was dancing the whole night. There were some parts of the night I didn't even know where my husband was.
But I was going.
Going where? Where'd you go?
I got married and I said, oh, it's time up.
Time up? For what?
I'm just kidding, but I was around. But like I said, I'm not really. I'm a low key person. I'm laid back. I got done what needed to be done. That means I got married, and you know we were able to, you know, make a long term commitment, make it eternity together. So
yeah.
You know, with that being said, I was here, there. I really was everywhere. You know. One minute you saw me, the next minute I was, you know, in the back somewhere.
Yeah.
While she was just off dancing, you know, having
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, but you know, I think we both had fun
in
our own individual ways.
We did.
That being said, you know, I guess I'll go ahead and recount, you know, my experiences throughout that day. You heard about the car, so I won't cover that again, but just the day in general. So as my wife, you know, illustrated for you, it was a pretty stressful day. You know, there was a lot going on. You know, there's the whole birth control thing. Again, sorry, family.
Why you gotta bring it up again.
But, because I'm only bringing it up again because obviously, it affected me too. I had to, search for it alongside my brother, and we were able to locate it. You were the one who found it, right? I don't remember.
No.
Honestly,
Actually, we never found it. I had to call in a whole nother prescription.
Oh, we found it way later.
It was like a couple of weeks later.
Yeah, so we did find it eventually, but like way down the line. But aside from that, we had, woken up and gone for a short walkthrough, I believe.
Oh yeah, we did so usually people do like their run-throughs like the night before and stuff like that, but we actually did ours that morning because the location that we actually chose for our wedding was a beautiful restaurant. If you guys hear rattling, I'm so sorry. But our 6-month-old baby decided that she wanted to watch the episode live. So little Miss Winter is in the building with us.
Yeah, this ain't your episode. We didn't want to introduce you
not
just
yet. Right.
Not yet. We will if we have to. But no, not yet. Anyways.
We love you.
anyways, we had...
Oh, wait, no. We're talking about the place that we picked.
We were talking about the walkthrough.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. But yeah, we did do the walkthrough like that morning before because our wedding was like in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. And so with our walkthrough, we picked a place named Heather's. It's in Springboro. And it's a beautiful, like, small little place. It's a restaurant and in a very beautiful historic house that's actually a piece of history. It's actually a part of the Underground Railroad. So that in itself was just amazing. But anyways, we couldn't do it the night before because obviously it was still a fully functioning restaurant. So we did it in the morning where nobody would really be there.
Yeah, so Heather's, we probably couldn't have chose a better place, the fits, the way that both her and I operate,
Yeah.
It was low key, held enough people to which, we feel comfortable with. Especially myself, because again, I'm not a people person at all. Beautiful atmosphere, great food, just awesome macaroni and cheese that I didn't get to finish or have really any of my plate at all. I had a couple of bites, but I guess that's kind of normal. Same thing with the cake. But to get back to the day that we went through the walkthrough. Made sure that my best man, my brother, Kevin, was present, as well as my best friend, Chris. They made sure everybody was there and did what they needed to do. After that, we headed home, made sure that we had our suits and whatnot. I had that all together, but I did not have any shoes. So I didn't have any shoes on the wedding day, but I had to go and grab 2 pairs. Same pair for me, same pair for my brother. So, we got that out of the way. We're running here and there to make sure we're picking up people that need to be picked up. And we head to the venue. We're both really exhausted at this point, but for me in particular, I know my wife said she partied, kind of hard, during the actual wedding day, and she had her little get together with family and friends. Aside from me, I think we spent the night apart, didn't we?
We did.
I had a bachelor party. It really was not a bachelor party at all because I just didn't really feel like I needed to do that. So me and my brother, the night prior to the wedding, we just kind of chilled out, had a pretty, relaxing night. We had some cigars, some beer, nothing really crazy. As you can hear, guys, that's our daughter, Winter. We were not trying to introduce her, but we may have to if it gets too loud. But we made it to that day exhausted. And
I don't know why you was exhausted. I had a great night rest.
I'm sure you did.
You should have went to bed early.
I did. I actually
You
went to
did
bed.
not.
No, don't listen to her.
You did not.
I went to bed. You guys, anybody who actually knows me and knows my brother, go ask him. I was asleep before he was. I just conked out. I was done. We had been through a lot during that day. I had the small get together with my brother, and we started the day off. We headed to Heather's. We got dressed in separate rooms, obviously. Had pictures taken, and that was pretty cool. I wasn't expecting for the photographer to come in and get pictures of me and my brother.
They turned
my
out
best
cute.
friend.
It was a cute little boy band promo pic that they took.
So I was super nervous just getting dressed already. I got my suit on. Everybody else did too, and even my cousin, he even came in and made sure my tie was done correctly, because never knew how to tie a tie. Anytime I've had to do that, I've had to refer to YouTube. YouTube teaches you everything, but my cousin came in, adjusted my tie and everything.
I think my grandfather came in too.
Yeah, he came in too. Yeah, he made sure that I was good to go, and when the time came for us to go outside and start the festivities and begin the ceremony and everything, I just remember being super nervous and having anxiety. I'm having anxiety just talking about it.
And then
right
his
now.
brother gave him gum, and that just calmed that right on down.
Yes, that was there, but everybody is being sat. My family's out there, her family's out there, all of our friends are there. I have a direct line of sight outside to view everybody, and they begin.
Oh, you about to cry, babe?
No, they begin music for for everybody to start. For the groomsmen to come out and myself. So we're out there. We're lined up the way that we should. The officiant is there, and he's prior to us walking out, he already explained to me what the process was and how he'd make it quick for me, because you could see that I was nervous.
Our service, it was very quick. Neither one of us wanted it to be long.
Yeah, so I was just so nervous. I couldn't shake the feeling, and I really think it's obviously probably normal for every guy. That's why they have the term cold feet. For people who just kind of like freak out.
Cold feet.
No, I never had cold feet, but I was definitely nervous. I don't like the spectacle of it all, so I was just ready to to say I do, and to hear my wife do the same, and when the time came for her to walk out, and people on her side, she already explained that her aunt was crying, and you had people doing the same from everywhere. I didn't get to catch a glimpse of everybody's face, but I knew that there were particular people crying. Obviously my wife loves to poke fun at the fact that I wasn't crying, but I was really holding it together, because behind all the gum chewing, all the looking out into space, all the zoning out and whatnot, I was really, holding back tears, because her grandfather had started to walk her down, and into my point of view, I could see her and whatnot coming, and man, I was getting ready to start crying, but I held it together, had the gum, I was ready to go. She was obviously bawling her eyes out, and it was just a beautiful sight to see.
It was a beautiful day. I think we were both a little bit nervous, but at the end everything was perfect, and boom, fast forward 3 years, here we are, married, and
by now I'm sure you guys see that our daughter Winter has crept into the video.
Yes.
Hi. She's there. That's Winter. We'll get to another episode, to
all about her
to discuss, the birth and whatnot. So we'll get into that. But I just wanted to poke fun at that, because obviously if
she wanted to make an appearance today.
Yeah, if you're watching this, you see that she kind of just pops up.
And if you're listening to this, you could probably hear her hiccups.
Yeah. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and bring this episode to a close. As always, whatever platform you guys are listening or watching on, feel free to like, subscribe, share.
And thank you for listening and
you know,
watching.
We're highly, we had talked about doing this for a while, so it's just glad, we're both glad to finally be doing this.
Yes.
And the quarantine and whatnot, which another topic we'll end up discussing later on, but it has allowed us to do it, and we're very, very, very excited about doing it and letting people into our lives a little bit,
Just a little bit.
yeah, just
A little bit.
that much. But we're gonna be as honest as possible about things. But
Maybe
again,
we should do a Q&A one day.
yeah, we could definitely do that. We'll eventually be looking at having other couples on the show at a certain point. Once we feel like we're comfortable enough. We're at that point. But again, thank you for watching, listening. Go ahead and like, subscribe, share, and with that being said, you guys, have a good day.
And we'll see you next Sunday.
Yeah. Well, I guess I should have mentioned. We'll probably end up trying to stick to the same schedule. Once a week. That's the recording format for us. We have a lot going on. Obviously, as you can see, with winter, and if you're listening to this, I'm sure you can't see her, but you could definitely hear her. But again, thanks for watching.